Okay, so welcome to Analytical Chemistry, Chem 3421. First day. I guess maybe your day could be as bad as my son's, but I don't know, right? It's his first day of high school. It's his birthday. He has to take the bus, and it rained on him, waiting for the bus. That's an ouch, right? So, and of course he's a teenager, so does he listen to take an umbrella and stuff? So, okay. But, someone was mentioning this award thing. And it made me think of an award that I got a little email. And it said that I'm nominated for some award. And this kind of award, I don't know, it shouldn't even be called an award. Because you don't get something for just being at a place for 5, 10, 15, right? Get an award for that? It just doesn't seem, right? You know, put that on your, been here for 20, right? You didn't, awards are for things you accomplish, right? Don't you think? Not for being at a place for a certain amount of time. But they do that a lot, huh? Yeah, but that, that's right? Well, it just seems kind of odd, right? So, anyway, so we are here to learn about some analytical chemistry. So let's stay, so I don't get off track here. So, let's do the attendance thing first. Who had me for general chemistry? Okay, do you remember? Oh my goodness. So I do not need to repeat the Anna story, then, do I?
Which Anna?
I never told you the Anna story? Never? Oh, okay. I thought, whatever. So, must be something new. Anyway, wife is from Panama, right? And her name is Anna. So going out, long time going out, Anna. Well, it's time's getting serious, take her to see the parents and stuff, right? Well, my sister who took a year of Spanish at some college goes up to my girlfriend and says, "Isn't your name Anna?" And Anna says, "Yes, my name is Anna." So for 2 years, whatever, I was calling her the wrong name, right? I was saying Anna. So, I guess not. So what I'm driving at is if Gabriella wants to be called Gabby, or Michael wants to be Mike, or if I'm mispronouncing a name, just let me know. Because one of my jobs is to keep you guys awake in here. And you've already had me for general chemistry, so you know I'm going to do my best to call on you, right, and put you on the spot. And if you haven't had me, you'll see that that's just, right, it's for the best. Plus, I have a mean streak, and it kind of makes fun. No. Okay, so let's start with the attendance. Let's see. Okay. And let's start with an easier one. How about the bottom? Yeah, Daisy. Right? And Naya. And Mariela Torres. Jose Torres. Angelica Torres. Christina Sendejo. She's here. Zachary. Zachary. I just saw him. Yeah. Is there a chair for that poor guy? There is, right? There's one chair at least. Oh, there's another chair up here. And there's another chair there. Good. Okay. Brandy. Is it Quinones? Victoria Paredes. Xochitl Obregons. Wasn't it Sochi? It was Sochi, right? But you like Xochitl now? And Matt Montez. But you like Matt, not Mateo, right?
You can call me Sammy too.
Sammy? Really, Sammy?
You were calling me Sammy last semester when you got my file.
Oh, really? That's what the S is.
Yeah.
Sammy.
No, you don't know. Don't really call me Sammy.
Man, you don't like Sammy now? Now I gotta erase it. Kevin. Saw Kevin. Kevin. Javier Lopez, saw Javier. Marlena Kendrick, there she is. Jessica Juarez. Alyssa Gutierrez. Jesus. Destiny. How you doing? That? Andrew Garcia, there he is. But just Drew, right? Or you like Ann? Doesn't matter. Ashley, come on. Albert Fuentes. Eric Flores, there he is. Jennifer Delgado. Caroline Cardenas. Monica Caballero. Shelby, you're gonna get so sick of me, right? Eustacio Alvarado. Is that Eustacio?
Yes.
No, it ain't. How do I say it?
Like you said it.
Really?
Perfect.
Yeah. All right. So did I not name somebody? Okay. Ward, I didn't name Brad Ward. All right, did I not name somebody else? Okay, so we got everybody. Okay, let's take a look at the syllabus first here. All right. So at the very front of the syllabus are a bunch of office hours, but really office right around the corner, right? 214. 99.9% of the time I'm just sitting there and I don't know, Google News or something, right? Especially reading about that rim fire and our poor Sequoia National Forest burning down and stuff. I hope not, all right? But just come in. Right? Just come in. So that's the advantage of going to a small school, right? You had me in Gen K. You probably heard a lot of my good stories. Have you heard my 300 student story? No? Okay. I was teaching at Iowa State. Floor to ceiling students. I had 330 people in there, right? And my boss didn't want me to teach because he thought, man, you're not going to get any research done. You're going to be spending all your time teaching. But it was a good experience, so I talked him into it, and he let me do it. By the end of the semester, how many people do you think total came in to ask questions or ask a question? Not one, right? Why? Because you don't feel part of anything up there. You're just a piece of wall, right? So don't feel that way. You got to come in and you got to ask questions, especially in this class. If you had general chemistry last semester, spring, you're going to be fine, really. You really will be. I mean, you should ask still. But if you haven't had it since 1, 2 years ago, ouch, right? You got to come in and ask questions. Okay, you have to. Oh, there's Zach. How you doing? Okay, you got to come in and ask questions. A lot of the times there are in different a room other than my office, because you've had lab, right? The instructor's kind of busy for the first 15 minutes, but after that, just walking around. I don't even have Google News there. So if you come in to ask questions, it feels much more productive. If you make better use of that lab time, right? So feel free to come in on those labs and ask questions. You can email me to set up a time if that's easier for you, right? That that noon hour time is usually really good. Right? Sometimes I have a meeting, but that's not very common. Okay. And there's a cell phone, email, all that stuff is up there. Okay. So just stop me if you have a question on any of this stuff. How am I going to give you your grade? All right. Second page. This assessments. Your lab is going to be 20%. And the lab is very, that 4-letter word, anal, right? Because there will be some group work, but not very much. it's going to be a lot of it's individual unknowns. And you have to analyze your unknown and give me the result and put the report in the proper format. And so you just got to be really careful in lab. So that will be 20% of your grade. Okay. And usually people usually do pretty good on it. It's hard to ace them all, but you can usually do pretty good on it if you're careful in lab. The final exam is 10%. So I'll be taking a question off of the hourly exams. Maybe changing some numbers here and there, but that's essentially your final exam. The exams themselves, those hourly exams during class, that's the majority of your grades, 60%, because that's really where everything is. And to help you prepare for those hourly exams are these daily quizzes, right? If you had me for general, then you know what's going on there. Okay, and we'll talk more about that in a little bit. So the quizzes and the homework will be 10%. Giving plus-minus grades. Okay. If you have any disabilities, let me know. We can figure out how to handle that. And then the assignment schedule. So you can take out your frustrations. Can you rip that out? Is it a single page or is it multiple pages? It is one page, right? Yeah, the assignment schedule in here, that's the next page. Just tear it out and throw it away and use the one that you picked up instead. Okay? So the assignment schedule that's in this stapled set, right? Just tear it out. And toss it. And use the handout instead. Okay. Use the handout instead. Okay. So how does this work? We have to find the schedule for exam 1. Okay. So on the schedule for exam 1, look at the class day. The first day, there's no reading assignment and there's no exercises or problems. That's the day we're on today. So, sounds good. Wednesday, that'll be class day 2. So now you see what's due. You need to read chapter 0 and chapter 1. And as you're reading those, if you find any bold or italicized words, prepare handwritten definitions. Okay. And we'll also be turning in this general chemistry review handout. Now let's see if that's right. Now our lab isn't Tuesday though, right? Our lab is Thursday. So you need to circle that general chemistry review handout and draw an arrow down to the day 3 assignment. Because we're going to work on that in lab. So we wouldn't have lab till Thursday. So if we had a Tuesday lab, this would work. So circle that general chemistry review handout and just put an arrow down to the next day. Okay, it'll be due Friday. Okay. Make sense? So on Wednesday, when you come in, it's an easy quiz score. All you have to turn in is just these bold and italicized words from chapter 0 and chapter 1, right? Just put them up here. That's your quiz. So it'll be an easy quiz score for Wednesday. Friday comes along. You need to, well, there is no reading assignment, but you'll need to turn in practice sheet 1 and the general chemistry review handout, right? So you'll take the quiz and then attach those 2 assignments to the back for some points. And that'll be your quiz for Friday. And it just keeps going on and on like that. Okay? Okay. Oh, we skipped something on the syllabus. We skipped the book, right? Back to the syllabus on page 1. The book. Okay, so we got to handle the book. And I've got a bunch of these, so we'll, if you were on the waiting list or something, you might have to get your own, but we'll see by the end of the day today. Okay, we'll get the book, and if you want your own copy to keep and to write in and scribble and all that stuff, you can just get one online. They're only like $10 or so. They're pretty dang cheap. Okay, so that's one of the books. The other book is this blue guy, and he's the lab manual. In the back is the lab manual. Then in the front are the course outlines for this class. Okay, Very similar to general chemistry if you had me for that. If you hadn't, well, we'll explain it. If you pick all the handouts, everything is in here. Like here's day 2. So this is everything we're going to be talking about. All the problems and all that kind of thing. So I tried, it's a work in progress, so I'm trying to get it to the point where you don't need to haul this to class every day. And it's getting close. I'm not sure if we're there yet, but we're getting close. Okay. And so as we're going through on that, you can take notes, right? See all that kind of stuff. And then everything is being recorded and put on what YouTube channel? Chemistry with Dr. Smith. Where is it? Okay. Connection problem. That figures. Oh, I bet I have to log in. It is connected. Yeah.
So then we have to bring our textbook and that book in class?
I don't think you need to bring your textbook. Just bring that book. You'll be fine. Look at that. He's not connecting. Well, let me disconnect. All right. Now I can try it. Yeah, they're having trouble today with their little internet, aren't they? Okay. Well, just go to Google and type chemistry with Dr. Smith, and it's changed. YouTube changed their format of YouTube channels. So on that page, just look for your playlist and select playlist and Chem 3421, this course, fall 2013. And after this, after this class is finished, it'll be posted. And you can, if you're in a sport and you miss class, you can be wherever and watch what we did. You forget how to do problem 7. Oh, we did something like that in class. You can go back and review it as many times as you'd like. Okay. So we have that. Now this book and the goggles are $20 through the Chem Club. Okay. The other option for that is the bookstore, and it's going to be more, right? So. But it's not bad, right?
Without the goggles, how much is it?
It's $20. So think it, $20. This is free. Okay, so there's advantage. If you don't buy, you could just be photocopying it from people and stuff. It's gonna be more expensive than $20. When do you need it? Well, day 2 stuff is in here. The only reason why I'm giving you handouts now is because, well, no one's bought this thing yet. But the handouts are all the handouts are in here. So you can buy it today after class. You can buy it in lab. Yeah. And then I think tomorrow at 8 a.m., 8 to noon, I have lab. I erased all that stuff. Yeah, just my office hours. Hit that, right? Tuesdays, 8 a.m. to noon or 1:30 to 4:30. I'll be over there in 212. You can pick it up. Okay. So that is that lab book. I forgot to mention the lab book. Okay. So the quizzes and the assignment seems to make sense. We're okay there. The lab, where's the lab schedule? Here it is. Okay, and then the next page on your stapled set should be the lab. So lab this week, right? You want to bring your, I'm looking at just this day 1, this lab period 1. Bring your general chemistry review handout. Okay, try to get as much of that done as possible. You get out of lab a lot faster if you do, and plus you'll get a lot more out of it. Because what really works is for, I don't know, Jesus has number 6 done, Daisy doesn't, so he explains it to Daisy. That really works good for both people, right? So the more you can get done, the better. Because I'm not going to sit down and give you all the solutions for this. It's going to be inside you guys. You're going to develop all of this. So we'll finish that. We'll play around with calculators some, okay? And then we'll take a little lab exam on that, and that'll count as your grade for that laboratory grade. It'll just be something very similar to what's on that General Chemistry Review handout. Maybe some calculator problems too. Okay. So make sure you bring a calculator on to lab. Okay. That's lab. I think we have all that. We talked about the website. Maybe I'll show you the website in lab. It'd be nice to see what I'm talking about there, especially since they changed it. Okay, seating. On Wednesday, I'm going to pass it on a little template that lists, has a spot for every, and you just write your name down where you're sitting. So on Wednesday, make sure you're sitting where you want to be sitting for the next few weeks. Okay, so if you want to be sitting in front, get here early on Wednesday, because that way, like I know a lot of names, but I just get forgetful. I'm looking at see. Kevin, who can remember Kevin? Right? But anyway, you'll remember. If I have a spot, it'll be a lot easier, especially on naming people, it'll be faster. Okay, naming people during class. So Wednesday, sit where you'd like to sit for the next few weeks, just to give you a heads up on that. Okay, so let us get the book. Do you need the book? I wonder, do you need this book for Wednesday? Oh, you do for Wednesday. Our lab, dang, if our lab was Tuesday, it would be so much easier. We got to do this, right? Okay, so let's go. If you have your $20, you can pick up this thing. But let's go handle the book. What is that? Oh yeah, thank you, Caroline. Fill out your text. What is the small print here? There's always some little threat, right? What's the threat? Oh, okay. The threat is, if you don't return my book, because you take the final exam or something, right? I'm not going to stop you from taking the final exam. That ain't going to work, right? So if you show up to take the final and you don't bring your book, then at the last sentence, I fully expect not to be allowed to drop any assessment grades in the calculation of overall course grade at the end of the semester. So what are we dropping? We're dropping quiz scores, because you're taking like 28, 30 quizzes. So we're dropping, I don't know, 2, 3 of them or something. So fill the textbook sign-out sheet out, and then let's head over to 212, get you your book, and then we'll come back in here. Okay? Yeah, if you already have one, you don't need it. You don't need to check it.
It's the 26th. I like how you're like, hey, nominated you. We did, right? I don't know if Anjali wanted him though. I like how you said it was religion, but it wasn't religious. It was. No, it wasn't. We're getting it for different reasons. We got a religious one, but you wanted Mario. But then they changed it.
They said that when they came back and asked me for a man of God, like that's when it said something, so they wrote it down.
Okay. I thought we had already gotten one, but it's gonna wait.
Well, then I know they said Mario, but then I don't think Mario was coming because Mario are doing the Sex and the City.
But that's on Tuesday and Wednesday. That's why they couldn't do it before, because we were having it on
See,
Wednesday.
that was confusing me.
Yeah.
Because they kept saying that they couldn't do it even though we had moved our days.
No, because I know we couldn't do it on Wednesday and Tuesday because they had that Sex and the Soul thing. And then, so when we moved it to Monday, it was available, so I had thought they got it. Because I know they wanted one for him. They wanted one they wanted religion, they wanted like healthy stuff, and they wanted like being a man. So I know they were talking about getting a coach, and then they were talking about Dove or Axe. And then I know they were,
What?
yeah,
Like devil?
Dove or Axe.
Oh, they both rejected it.
Yeah, I know. Sucks for them.
You need another pair of goggles.
I know.
I thought it was like maybe like $15 and you don't get goggles. Oh no, it's still $20. I know, I'm gonna take my free goggles too. I haven't seen them.
Don't.
For real?
Hey, are you using the same book for chemistry? For organic chem? Are you still using the same book?
I don't have to go back? Oh, that's it. I thought you were saying.
What'd you say? Oh yeah, I think so. She said that she's been using it for the past 9 years.
Okay.
And then she's gonna change it next year. So she said that I'm assuming it's the same.
Yeah. Well, because I went to the bookstore and it looked different.
Well, isn't yours paperbacks?
Yes. That's right. I forgot.
So I was like,
Well, yeah. Okay. You're right.
is there an actual straight? Because I know for English it's like really crazy.
I just got this set up on mine. Did you send me an email?
See what the mall.
That's crazy how we bumped into each other.
I need to go my stuff.
I knew it.
Oh yeah. Oh, because you're gonna do the video.
Hey, can you walk me through the setup process in the email?
Are you? Yeah. I like chemistry better. You're making chemistry. I was so such fun. Would you like that? I think it's challenging.
So, what's
I like biology.
okay. Okay. So, I say we just start at the beginning, see how far we can get, right? Somebody's got to remember this stuff. Okay. So let's give you like 5 minutes. Fill out as much of this table that you can. Without Google, without, anything else, to see how far you can get on remembering this stuff. All right? And then we'll see if we can fill it in. Yeah, I know. All right. Jesus. So we're going to go down this way. So as I name you off, just tell me what you think it is. If you don't know, just say, I don't know. Right? Hydrogen. Yeah. Ah. Oh, yeah, that also works. H3O plus. I mean, they're chemically the same, but you'd call that hydronium. That's good. Victoria. Well, let's make it faster. Let's keep going to Eric and right?
CA plus 2.
Ca plus 2. Eric, what was the trick to knowing the +2?
I just memorized calcium. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. It's a lot to memorize. All those guys are in plus group 2, so they're all +2. Okay, Alyssa, keep going. Mg +2. K +1. Cr +3. Fe2. Keep going. Now we're over Jose. Yeah. Keep going.
Al plus
3. I don't know how in the, it's kind of in the group 3 there. I guess that would be the hint. Fluoride, Albert. Yeah.
No minus.
Close. Come over to the nobles.
Minus 2.
-2. Shelby. Yeah. Perfect. Keep going. Good. Oh man, all the easy ones are gone. Christina. Hypochlorite. No. OCl negative. Bradley.
is it COHCH3?
Uh,
No, that's not true.
okay, we're up to ammonium. Anybody know? It's on
Ammonium is
NH
NH4.
plus. Acetate was C2H3O2 minus. And cyanide. Perfect. Carbonate. Close. You're 66% there. -2. Hydrogen carbonate. Close. With a -1. You're adding an H plus, so you're going to lose one of those minuses. Chromate. Anybody know chromate? With a -2. Dichromate. Ooh. Who are we at? We got to pick on somebody. Where are we at? Give these guys we're giving them off. Sochi. Can't let these guys off. Permanganate. Permanganate. Anybody remember permanganate in the back row? Give you a hint. M N O 4 with a -1. Nitrite. Ooh, good. NO2 negative, I heard. How about how about nitrate? With what charge? With what charge? Negative. Hydroxide. Everybody should know this one. OH negative. You'll be writing that a lot in this class. Phosphate. PO4 with a -3. Dihydrogen phosphate. Good. There's 2 H's and then the PO4 thing. What charge would be left? Just a minus because you added 2 pluses. Chlorate. ClO. Oh, hold it. That's chlorate. Perchlorate is ClO4 minus. Right? Chlorate must be ClO3. Sulfate. SO4 with a -2. Oxalate. Man, you remember this one? You're doing really good. I don't know if we even use that in We're going to have oxalic acid, though, so we might want to, we're worried about it. What is the difference, Matt or Sammy? What is the difference between ionic and a covalent compound?
One's between metals.
Good. Which one has a metal in it? Ionic has a metal in it. Yeah, at least one metal. Yeah. Good. That's a good difference. There any others?
Electrons are shared.
Oh, electrons are shared and covalent. Yeah. What's that?
They have a charge.
Yeah. Which one has a charge?
I don't.
The metal, the ionic ones, right? Charges would hold it together. There's a bunch of differences, right? There's another difference with the, oh, here it is, number 3. Are they named differently? Shelby, are they named differently? Yeah, they are. But Brad, how are they named differently? All right. Does anyone remember this? For ionic, you just name the metal and name the ions. Name the cation and the anion. The cation always has to be first. It's always the metal, right? You just name the ions. But covalent compounds, you have to know how to count to 10 in what language? It's Greek, isn't it? Right? Yeah. So recognize the difference, right? Ionic always has a metal in it. Just name the cation, the anion. Ionic compounds, no. So if you follow that, you should be able to name these. What would be the name for NaCl, Naya? Sodium chloride. How about iron 2 phosphate? Actually, now we're looking for the formula. Fe, that's got a +2 on it, yep. And PO4's got a -3. So switch cross the charges or whatever, right? So it'd be Fe with a 3 and PO4 with a 2. Except you pretty much need what to make sense out of this? Parentheses, otherwise, right? Potassium oxalate. We need a formula, Angelica. K oxalate. Oxalate's right here. Yeah. But to finish it off, yeah, we have a -2 and a +1, but that doesn't really. A 2 goes with the K. Yeah. So it's kind of cleaner if you don't have the charges in there, but it doesn't hurt. The charges show you how you got the formula. Okay. Calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate. Eustacio. Calcium carbonate. That's okay. Calcium was, where'd it go? Ca, right? And carbonate, everybody, was CO3 with a -2. So what do? They cancel out though. Ionic compounds is the simplest ratio. You don't do that with ionic compounds, right? You don't do that with molecular compounds, right? It's always the simplest ratio with ionic compounds, so just leave it alone. Sodium sulfate. We didn't have any. Heck, we didn't even have any. I'll have to make one here. dichlorine pentoxide. That would be Cl2O5. All right? Okay. When looking at a formula of a compound, Daisy, how would you say, oh, I bet you that's an acid? Yeah, you need some H's, but where would the H be put? It'd be put in the very front of that whole formula. Right. How would you recognize a base? For the most part, Jose? What's that? OH. Yeah, you see some OHs in there. Right. The 6 strong acids. These acids, they all have an H out in front, and they completely dissociate. Ooh. HCl. Now remember, the halogens give you how many of the strong acids? The halogens are right here. They give you 3. Just don't include what? HF. Exactly. Don't include fluorine. HCl, HBr, and HI. Okay. In Breaking Bad, what they use? You know, to dissolve the bone and everything else in their little... They use hydrofluoric acid. Okay. So there's 3 of them. Per H, oh, you're close. NO3 only has a minus, so it'll just be HNO3. And that one is called nitric acid. Hydrochloric, hydrobromic, hydroiodic, nitric acid. Someone said sulfuric. What's its formula? H2SO4. There's one left. HClO4. Perchloric acid. Perchloric acid. Strong bases. Yeah, there is going. It's going to help you to know. Do we have the solubility rules? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. You said NaOH, LiOH, and KOH. All those group 1 OHs, right? All those group 1 OHs. Andrew, what's the difference between a solute and a solvent?
A solvent, when you dissolve a solute into a solvent.
Well, yeah, I would agree with that. But what if you do it the other way around? You have the solute, right, and take a solvent and dump him into him instead of that way into that way. See, so it's not the best way to describe it. The greater amount. Whatever, so that greater amount is always the solvent. So you could mix 2 solids. You could mix 2 gases, right? It doesn't always have to be a solid and a liquid. So whatever one has the greatest amount is the solvent. Jessica, if a compound is soluble, what does that mean? Jessica. What does that mean? It means it will do what? It will dissolve in water, right? A lot. It will dissolve really well in water, right? I guess the reason why I say water is I'm answering question 11, right? What is the solubility rule? Right? If we're going to talk about water, Zach or whoever mentioned it is right. The compound soluble means it'll dissolve in the solvent. So we have these listed of solubility rules and general chemistry. And what was the identity of the solvent? It was always what? One of the greatest amount, but what was it? What was its chemical identity? It was water, right? It was water. So a solubility rule is just something that says, hey, this will always dissolve, right? It's kind of like number 12 is a really good solubility rule for you to keep in the back of your mind during this class. One of the most general and useful solubility rules discussed in typical general chemistry courses is that any anion, right? Anion, anything that's negative, all these guys that are negative, right? Any anion combined with what cations will be really soluble? What are the cations? A hint is right here. Group 1. You can put them with, even with hydroxide, which almost always forms precipitates. You can put them with hydroxide and they'll still be soluble. So those group 1, lithium, sodium, potassium. Right? Be very soluble. Lithium, sodium, potassium. Spectator ions. Very, very common. What is mass? I think they're still trying to figure that out, Albert, but what is mass? Yeah, that's stuff, right? Has some weight. What are typical metric units for mass? Ooh, grams. Metric units for mass, grams, but kilogram, milligram, centigram, there's a whole bunch, right? Okay. And how are they interconverted? Yeah, pretty much factors of 10, right? And we'll do more of that in class. What does the molar mass, oh, last question. What does the molar mass of a compound represent and how is it calculated? The molar mass of carbon dioxide is, remember this? Is the mass of a mole of them. And like if it's, what did I say? Carbon dioxide. So you have a C and 2 O's. Let's just add up those numbers, right? C is 12, 2 O's would be 32, would be 44. The units would be grams per mole. So it's just the mass of a mole of that amount of stuff. Okay. So the farther you can get on this for lab, the sooner you'll get out of lab. So see if you can knock some of this stuff out. Okay. So have a good day.